Well, Tui, we secured all the Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pops that we wanted. Okay, fine. I secured all the Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop exclusives that I wanted. You know, the WonderCon exclusives that we ordered should be en route, fingers crossed. You know, buddy, I think it's safe to say that we did a pretty good job. I think our Disney Funko Pop hunting for the year is complete. Cheers. Oh wait, just a second. Tui, just a second. I just got a notification. Wait. Oh my gosh, Tui. Funko just dropped brand new Disney Funko Pops! Welcome to Teacup For One. My name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees. And friends, I have a confession to make. I am addicted to pop. But I'm also addicted to pops. This is the thing with Funko Pops. Once they release a bunch of brand new figures and you scoop up the ones you want and you think, okay, I'm done for the next little while. I've got everything I need. No, you don't. That's when Funko announces a bunch of new figures that are absolutely beautiful, that just spark pieces of nostalgia that you didn't know you had buried deep within your soul, and lucky us, because that's what happened this week. And so that brings me to today's video, where I am pleased to be doing yet another review of the new Disney Funko Pops that have been announced for 2021. As always, most, if not all of these figures are going to be available for purchase over at Pop in a Box, depending on where you're watching this from. I am going to leave an affiliate link in the description down below. And if it's your first time ordering from Pop in a Box, I've got a promo code. If you use that on your first order, you will get 10% off. 10% off, that's like 10%. Yeah. Okay, to start, we have 2 Funko Pops from the upcoming Disney live-action remake, prequel, kind of, Cruella, also lovingly dubbed by the internet as The Joker Wears Prada. Now, I don't think there's anything extra special about these Pops, but at the same time, I really want them. Because if you haven't been following me for very long, the reason I predominantly collect Pops is so that I can take fun pictures of them. And I think these Pops will be a ton of fun to photograph. Because based purely on the trailers alone, this movie looks like it's going to lean so heavily into the fashion world, and I think there's a lot of fun stuff that you can do to take pictures of these Pops. Anyway, the point is, I don't think these Pops are anything special, but I still want them. Okay, next up we have the Funko Pops inspired by the season finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I'm just realizing now that I haven't spoken about Falcon and the Winter Soldier on this channel at all, really. And full disclosure, I watched the whole thing. I loved it. Very different from WandaVision, and admittedly, WandaVision is more like in the realm of stuff that I love, but I also loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was a bit of a slower burn, but I think the character work was incredible, and the finale was really satisfying. In part because of Sam's Captain America costume reveal, and it's so cool seeing it as a pop. I have seen a couple other pops, but like exclusives that are going to be too hard for me to get, where you actually see him with the wings, and I think that outfit is incredible. But I also really enjoy this pop as well, just where you can really appreciate Sam's version of the Captain America costume. The Bucky pop, meh. The John Walker pop, I just think it's cool that we have him in his U.S. Agent outfit. U.S. Agent is a character that I know next to nothing about, aside from the fact that he's really significant to the comics, and then that's who Walker officially became at the end of the episode. So I think it's a pop that's more like an investment in the fandom, because this character is presumably going to become a lot more significant as the MCU moves forward. And also, I just think John Walker is a really strange, darkly dorky character that I really love. Like, my one memory of him wearing this outfit was just coming out at the end being like, oh, it's the same costume, but it's in black. I was sort of holding out, thinking, maybe even a little bit hoping that we were going to get John Walker holding the bloody shield, because, I mean, that was a bold move to put on Disney Plus anyway, so you know what? Go all the way. Make it a Funko Pop. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe I'll just make my own. Okay, next up, the first wave of the It's a Small World Funko Pop line. And all I really have to say about this is, didn't this already happen as Pop Around the World? But a lot cuter because they were animals in costumes? And may I also point out that It's a Small World in Disney World doesn't even feature Canada, hence Pop Around the World, still kind of better in my books. But anyway, yeah, based on this first look at the It's a Small World pop line, like, I don't love the pops as much as I love the idea. If they released a pop town set of the It's a Small World facade, like, Funko, take my money right now. But I think my big issue with this line is that It's a Small World has such a distinct design and such a classic look that's just embedded into the spirit of that ride. It's very Mary Blair. If you don't know Mary Blair, Google her. She pretty much inspired an entire visual movement in the Walt Disney Company, but the point I'm getting at is that It's a Small World has a very distinct look. Funko Pops also have a very distinct look. So I think the two don't necessarily mix that well. Because when you take away the stylization of the It's a Small World dolls and then turn them into Funko Pops, you just get kids in costumes. And I don't know, like, they're cute, but they're nothing special, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to get Canada, so it's a no from me. For meow. Alright, next up, we have had more pops revealed from the Disney Pixar Luca line. Earlier this year, when I was doing my Funko Fair review, they had just released 2 of the characters in their human form. Now that the trailer has been released, they've been free to release more designs for this line as a whole because apparently these 2 main characters are actually fish people, or mer people, or something. Just going off of the trailer, Luca looks like it's going to be a little bit of Splash, mixed in with a little bit of the Little Mermaid, mixed in with, I think it's the Italian Riviera. It looks like a really beautiful movie. Looking at the trailer, I think this might be some of the most beautiful animation that Pixar has ever done, and I really love seeing these characters in pop form. If I end up liking this movie, these pops are going to be a must for me. And the one with the cat already is. Alright, and finally, we have the Ultimate Disney Princess Collection. No, that's not me using adjectives. Like, that's literally what this line is called. It's the Ultimate Princess Collection. And I think these pops are fascinating. They're so much more detailed than the pops of the princesses that we've seen previously. And I think the attention to detail and the design is beautiful, but at the same time, I personally don't think I'm going to be adding any of them to my collection, because I've got this thing where I'm not a huge fan of pops that are on some kind of base. Because again, for my purposes, I like having the figures just solo, just the character, because I like taking pictures of them. And once you put them on a base, then they feel more like a sculpture to me than a collectible figure. Like, if I wanted a sculpture of these characters, I'd personally rather drop the extra money and get a Jim Shore. But by that same token, I think these figures present a beautiful alternative to more expensive collectible figures, like Jim Shore's, for anyone who's just looking to acquire a display piece representing their favorite princess. Now, if we're just going to break down each of these figures individually, I personally think Jasmine is the least impressive, because this is supposed to be the ultimate princess collection. Like, I am going to expect these figures to exceed the previous Disney Princess Funko Pops. And the previous Jasmine Funko Pop is gorgeous. And compare that to the Ultimate Princess Funko Pops, and it just, I don't know, it feels less detailed, it feels less aesthetically beautiful, and I think the selling point with this line is the environment, or the little base that the princesses are attached to. And out of the 4, I think Jasmine is the only one that's in a setting that doesn't ring super true to her character or summon up any significant memories of the film. Like, I would prefer to see her with the Magic Carpet, or maybe even Raja. I mean, I know that that would be a much bigger pop, but when I think of Jasmine in her home environment, I don't think of a bunch of cool bottles. And that's all she's got. However, I think the base for the Princess Tiana Ultimate Funko Pop is absolutely on point. It's a lot more simplistic than what we have with the Jasmine Pop, but everything, like all the Tiana accessories on this pop, have so much relevance to the movie. Like, there's that little green book right in front of her, which I'm assuming is the Prince and the Frog book, or the Princess and the Frog book, which is, like, the point of the movie. She's also holding little Naveen, and can I just say, Funko, We need a Prince Naveen Funko Pop, both as human and as frog, that isn't just an accessory to a Tiana Funko Pop. Like, just give me a Naveen Funko Pop, but I'll take what I can get. And, you know, I should probably talk about Tiana herself instead of just the stuff that's surrounding her, and I think this might actually be one of the best Tiana Pops that we've had to date. What I love about this sculpt specifically is that we are getting so much of Tiana's personality and attitude just through her physicality. I can fully place when this moment happens in the film, when she first encounters Frog Naveen and says, well, I suppose you want a kiss, huh? And then he says, kissing will be nice, I kind of low-key really want to play Naveen, like in a Disney park, in a movie. Just someone please make it happen. I think it's pretty rare for a Funko Pop to perfectly capture a character's personality and attitude as perfectly as this one has. And it's for the best Disney princess, so I mean, come on. Awesome figure. Okay, next up we have Ariel from The Little Mermaid sitting on a rock. And that seems to be the constant problem solver when it comes to embodying Ariel as a mermaid. Just have her sit on a rock, you know? That's how you meet Ariel when you go to Disney World as a mermaid, and now that's how she appears in toy form with her tail. I know there was that Ariel Funko Pop that had the tail and it had that like translucent stick thing that they use for flying Funko Pops, and like that's fine, but I don't love it. This, however, I love. The rock adds so many cool colors to the sculpture. You know, there's a little mini Sebastian Funko Pop that's included, so it's like you're getting 2 pops for the price of 1. If I was a hardcore Little Mermaid fan, this would already be in my possession. It's beautiful. And last but certainly not least, my personal favorite, the one that I am so tempted to maybe buy for myself, Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. This pop, I find this pop so exciting. Aurora already as a Funko Pop is difficult to find, and she's the only Disney princess I don't have in my collection in some way, shape, or form. But what I really love about this pop is that it's Aurora in her Briar Rose outfit. That's the outfit that she wears for the majority of the movie, but we never see it marketed. In fact, we really only see Aurora marketed in her pink dress, which is all kinds of wrong because she wears the blue dress more than the pink dress. But more than either of those, she wears this. And I think this is a beautiful outfit. It's what she has on in the movie's most iconic song, I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. And I just think this pop is really beautiful. Obviously, I would prefer to have her in this outfit, like not attached to a base, but the base has an adorable squirrel with a fluffy tail. I can get on board with that. I want this one. Anyway, friends, this concludes yet another episode of Teacup For One. Now, let me know in the comment section down below, which of these newly announced Disney Funko Pops was your favorite, and are you planning on adding any of them to your collection? And again, if you are, make sure you check out Pop in a Box. I've got an affiliate link down there, as well as a promo code. If it's your first order, you'll get 10% off. That's like a tenth. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, but you want to hear me talk and review about even more Disney Funko Pops, or talk about Disney movies in general, or Disney theme parks, sometimes Shakespeare, sometimes movies, sometimes cats, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed already, it's super easy. All you have to do is click on my face. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. My name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees, and that's the Teacup For One. Go away.